Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the podcast. Today's episode, Pokemon Pocket Review. Welcome to the Deep End, our captivating discussion series where we dive into the depths of current Pokemon news and theories, and today we're tackling Pokemon Pocket. So, if you've been living under a rock for the last, 2 weeks? Pokemon Pocket has been released to the world, and there have been good things and there have been bad things, and we're going to go ahead and discuss these things. For those of you who don't know, Pokemon Pocket is a very trimmed down version of the Pokemon TCG. It's meant to be a very fast-paced game. They do make a few changes from the actual gameplay, but it does allow someone who's never played the card game to get a better idea of how the gameplay works, what cards do, and we are in the area of the first printing, quote unquote, of this insanely fun game. Although I do see some cracks in the paint that need to be spackled, and I have some suggestions if anybody at the Pokemon Company is listening. But let's start from the top. When this card game first came out and it was announced, I was kind of sitting there with it's okay, I might dip into it. And I did go ahead and pre-register for myself. You know, I've been dipping into it a little bit more than I thought I would be. Like I told people, yeah, I may be playing, I don't know. Don't really rely on me to pop open packs. And here I am rocking back and forth in the corner going, I gotta open another pack. I gotta open another pack. I gotta open another pack. Hunting for those rare cards, because they really did put a good enticement on the collecting cards part of this. But I mean, that's just my opinion.
Okay, so originally when I heard this app was coming out, I was like, oh my goodness, I get to open packs for free, and it's 2 packs a day at least. You know, it's like, oh, this is gonna help curb my card pack opening problem that I have, or not really a problem, more like a fix, I guess, because I like that feeling to open up a brand new pack of cards for a TCG. But so like, oh cool, I get to do it for free now. So like that was like gonna be my main reason to get this app game in general. Like it's just gonna like kind of feed that itch I have for opening card packs. And then, you know, it drops, it comes out. It's like, wow, this is so easy to do. Like, and I can like finish all my dailies in like maybe like what, minimum 30 minutes, maybe at most 30 minutes, depending. And there's an auto function. It's wonderful. It's amazing. I don't have to spend too much time on this app game compared to like others if I don't want to, you know. So I think it's a great app game. I really do think it's a great app game because like I said, like I'm spending like around average like what, 30 minutes at most or whatever on this app game itself. And then here I'm also playing like the soul leveling app game, which that takes me about 1 to 2 hours to finish all my dailies, and I hate it. Like I said, I'm just getting a little bit fed up with like how long it takes to do like the dailies.
They do take a while.
Unlike TCG Pocket, where it's like, you know, your dailies mostly just do one battle, open up 2 card packs, do a wonder pick, you know, like that's all easy stuff. And like I said, you can do that like all within probably like 30 minutes. You don't have to log in every day. Like there's no like, I mean, unless you want to open up a pack, because sometimes your stamina will refresh in time for you to open up a pack. But other than that, you can just like wait, and then just like, let's say you do it like every time at like the day reset for me is like 7 p.m. So I usually just wait till 7 p.m. and then like, oh, okay, I'm going to do all my dailies now because everything reset again, you know?
Yeah, I do like how it's, you know, there's no login bonuses, so it's not really a grind to get these sort of more epic rewards at the end of, we'll say like 7 days or a month or whatever it is, or your standard arcade type game. I will say I am in a different camp to Guren. It's not just a fix for me, it's an addiction. Like I just can't stop. I've got the premium pass. I've spent a decent amount of money on it. So much so that my bank phoned me and said, we think there's fraudulent activity on your account. And I had to very sheepishly explain to them that no, we just be spending money on a game. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but back to dailies. I wish there was a little bit more to them. I wish the actual tasks themselves gave maybe like 1 or 2 hourglasses, or maybe certain dailies gave like 1 hour glass and others gave you the shop tickets, because shop tickets are very difficult to come across once you start running out of missions to do. I was actually very confused. I thought my game was bugged, because if you said, so there's a feature in the game after you battle someone or you get a card via the Wonder Pick, you have the option to add that person as a friend, and there's underneath that there's a button called thanks, where you can actually thank them for the battle, or you might have pulled a really good card from their Wonder Pick and show a bit of appreciation. And for every thanks that a person receives, they get one Wonder Ticket. And this is my issue. It's capped at 5, well, not Wonder Tickets, market tickets. It's capped at 5 a day. So I think obviously you can't have unlimited amount, because you can just battle and you can do 100 battles a day. And if you get 100 thanks, that's 100 tickets. Sort of breaks the in-game economy. But if they could bump that number up to about maybe 20, or not even 20, maybe 50, I think that's a decent amount. So that when the shop resets, you can still get a couple of things, but it's not shop breaking.
Yes.
So for me, like, I haven't spent any money on this game yet. I generally am very reserved when it comes to spending money on digital anything, except for Marvel Snap. But I've not put any money into this. I've got a pretty decent collection going as far as the cards go. And I've been pretty reserved on when I spend my tokens. If I see something in the Wonder Shop that I really, really want, I'm actually gunning for those hard to find cards, those rare ones. So I'll stockpile the Wonder tokens until I see somebody with a Pikachu EX that I don't have, or one of the legendary birds. I actually tried gunning for a Zapdos and got a Voltorb out of that. I think risking my tokens for that opportunity is good. Other than that, like, unless it's like a specialty card that it's ultra hard to get, I've been very reserved. And then currently I did do a 10-pack pull. I haven't gotten a God pack pull, but I know they're out there. I tried doing that whole trick with the bent edges, and I'm not okay. So I understand that the packs are chosen when you go into that whole section and choose which kind of pack you're gonna go open. But I still have to admit, it is kind of rather interesting that anytime I do pull from a bent pack, I seem to get a special card. It's anecdotal.
Yeah, I think on one hand it's confirmation bias, but I think on the other hand there must be something to it, because then why else would it be in the game? Maybe it is an indicator that, you might get something new, or you might get something like an EX, no matter what pack you choose.
Sorry. Yeah, because I just wanted to ask, like, how often do you find those bent packs, though? Because, like, for me, I don't find them every day, honestly. Like yesterday I found one. The day before that, I didn't find any at all. I mean, granted, I only do, like, the minimum packs. I only open, like, 3 packs a day. But I still haven't found, like, those, like, every day. And trust me, I look really hard.
I mean, I get them on the regular about once every 2 to 3. Like, I'll get, if I opened up 10 packs, or if I went to go open 10 individual packs, about 6 or 7 of them will have some form of bent pack. But, again, stressing, they did say that apparently that's just a visual thing and not a, yep, this is a guaranteed good card in there, because we've seen too many YouTubers open packs and get nothing.
I will be honest, when I do pulls, I more often get bent pack than I do the whole circle not having anything.
I like going extremely random and just rolling the card reel, like the card pack reel. Like, I'll just spin it and keep on spinning it, and then whatever it lands on, that's all I'll open. That's what I usually do. Like, especially if I don't find anything that has like a bent, it's not bent or anything, that's what I'll do. Just round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
I mean, I do have some nitpicks with this particular game. They're not big nitpicks, but they are nitpicks. For example, I think they really should reconsider doing how the pack openings happen. I think 12 hours is too long. I think 8 hours would actually be a much better time frame. It gives people an opportunity to open 3 packs a day. Normally, the premium pack, gives you that 4th one. It gives you that push, so it's an incentive without really feeling as grindy. when it comes to this game, because there are times where I do play this and I do feel it's a bit of a grind trying to find all of the cards that I need. But that said, I think that the time it takes for the Wonder Pull to regenerate, I think that's also could use a little bit of fine tuning. I do like the auto battle function when it comes to some of these missions. You can build a deck, you want to clear some of those missions, you just turn on the auto battle and watch your deck go, and hopefully the computer will not do some crazy shenanigans and cause you to lose. It's nice to be able to go through all that with no problem. And I do like the social networking aspects of this particular game. Having you guys as friends is good. Finding other people to trade with or to battle against is kind of fun too, especially when somebody comes out with a really good deck and you're kind of hyped up on it. As limited as decks goes, because we're only still in the first generation of packs, so I'm looking to see what the next expansion would bring.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Your booster pack trophy thing, so that you gotta spend in order to like open up another pack, right? If you don't have any like packs to open because you ran out of stamina or whatever. Have you guys been using all of those at all? Because I've actually been saving mine. Like I've opened maybe a couple 10 packs, but then like after that I was like, maybe I should just save it. Who knows? Maybe the next set's gonna be really good, kind of thing. Like.
Negative Ghost Rider. I used all of mine. So much so that I had to rely on Pokegold to open extras.
Like I said, I haven't spent a dime on this game, and it's simply because I have played too many games where I've spent way more than I should have without realizing it, and so I generally tend to not. And then in this day and age where, look, Pokemon has some banger games in the past, but they didn't last long. And I don't want to put money into another Pokemon game just to watch it close up 8-9 months down the road. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People probably don't remember Pokemon. No, I can't even remember the name. It's that weird one that looked like chess.
Pokemon Duel or something?
Duels. Yeah, Duel. Pokemon Duel. Great game. Absolutely banger of a game. I had more fun than I had any right to have in that game. And they unfortunately closed the doors on it, and I can no longer play it. And it's sad because I thought it was a solid game. And I did put a little money into it thinking, yeah, this game is going to be around for a while. Yeah, nope. So because I've been burned more than a few times, especially with Pokemon games, I have kind of gotten to the point where I don't want to sink any extra money into a game on the off chance that it will not last. Now, I did say that I dropped money on Marvel Snap, but Marvel Snap just celebrated its second year. So
very nice.
There's that. There's that.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest and straightforward here. I spent very little money on games, apart from Genshin, Honkai, and now this, and a little bit on the Black Forgotten. I don't normally spend money on, in-game purchases, but one gripe that I do sort of have it. Well, one thing I sort of do have an issue with is I only spent money on this the first time because as a new player with a very limited amount of cards, I could not get past Mewtwo EX and God of War. So that was why I initially spent money in to Temple to sort of bolster my collection and build decks that can sort of stand up to these powerhouse decks. And I really don't talk about them a lot, and I'm not going to get into that. But Velicify actually made a really good video about TCG Pocket and, what changes they could implement. Some of this stuff didn't really hit the nail on the head, but, that's the thing with opinions. They're like noses, everybody has one, and some opinions might resonate more with others, and some might not. It's okay. But as starter players, we've now got the Mewtwo God of War EX, we've got the Lapras Articuno EX decks, and if you want to go into versus battle and have a good time, sort of immerse yourself fully into this experience, it's a very difficult thing to do because they're not fun decks to play again. And I have those decks built solely because I was grinding PvP event and I wanted to get that gold emblem as soon as I could. So that's why I built those. But other than that, I've managed to build a couple of decks that can stand toe to toe with those, and they don't even involve EX, and they're not very complex decks either. I think that's a big stumbling block. So maybe they could do something with matchmaking, sort of refine it a little bit, but that won't ever completely solve the problem. But I hope.
One of the things I did actually enjoy is the deck building system. Not only can you just pick and choose what you want to play in a deck, you also get the opportunity to the auto builder build out your deck, and then you make adjustments accordingly. And I think that's actually a really interesting idea, because it's only been recent that another card game that Marvel Snap has done it, and it's been wonders. But then there's sometimes I look at the deck and I'm like, what are you thinking? But you brought up the fact of the events, and that's actually something that I did want to touch on. I think it's a great idea that Pocket has turned around and literally dropped 3 events on us simultaneously, because you've got the Wonder Pick Chansey Meowth event, which doesn't really give you a whole lot as far as, ooh, this card's super powerful, but it's a unique card with a unique stamp. We don't know if events will ever replay again. So taking advantage of this event where you have a card with a special mark is great. And with that said, you also have the Lapras event going on right now if you do battles for against the computer, which will net you a couple of different cards with stamps on them, which also include a Lapras.
Yeah, that Lapras is ridiculously good.
So yeah, the Lapras that you can get is got a unique attack versus the other 2 versions that are out there. It has more HP, and the attack in itself does quite a bit for very little, so it's great to get a hold of. I'm actually working on trying to get some trade bait, because one of the things that they will be implementing is card trading, which I honestly can't wait, because this means that people will be able to trade their extra cards for cards that they don't have, and vice versa. But the other event that they've got going is against other players, and that will net you the tokens, the little emblems that you can display to show off other players how well you did or how well of a battler you are, which I think is cool, because this way, you don't have to go all out to get an emblem, but the better you do, the more you do, the better the emblem. So you still get something for participating to a degree, and even more so, and even the rewards are pretty good too, I have to admit. So you get for the player versus player one, you'll get either Stardust to make some of your cards prettier, to extra tokens to help you with doing multiple pulls. With the Lapras event, you've got a pool of about 5 different cards with a unique stamp on it, which include Pikachu and Mankey, as well as the special Lapras. And I believe you also get Stardust and some experience as well. And that doesn't really cost you anything, except they've got a special timer for that. And so as you burn through those, like you would burn through the credits of your pack pull or your wonder pull, it's the same thing. And then of course for the Chansey, it's a random when the window pops open. You get 1 free pull, and you get the if you want to burn 2 of the tokens, 2 of the Wonder Pick tokens, you can periodically they'll show you a pull where there's like a couple of Chansey and a couple of Meowths with that special sign on it.
On the note of events, well, when trading is open and becoming a thing, we may or may not have a TCG Pocket tournament where I will stake my own cards that I've. So, pending where you place, first, second, or third, you might have a chance to get some really cool cards and add them to your collection. If you don't have them, maybe you're missing one thereafter specific, really rare card. And there might be an event that might help you.
I want that EV card, damn it.
So what I'm hearing is I need to roll you in the parking lot, right? Which EV card are you talking about?
It's that alternate art one. Dude, it's so good. Trying to get like candy or something off the counter. I want it so bad.
On that note, I was going to bring that up. So there isn't really a way to tell you what you're missing, because unless you have the last card in the set, the others might not pop up. So there's a guy who posted, he's made an Excel sheet and he's put it on Reddit, and you can select which cards you already have, and that way it's like a nice, neat, organized list. And it has all the cards in the pack, including some unreleased promos.
We've all kind of played card games in the past, and I mean, this one's been pretty solid so far, but again, it's still early in its cycle, and so I still want to err on the side of caution, but I think this one might have actually hit a pretty good hit.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna do a lot better than the other mobile games, excluding my investment that's keeping Pokemon Company alive. I think just because it's sort of very well done and it's a great introduction to not only the TCG game, but the collecting aspect itself. Because it's no secret that Pokemon cards are really expensive. And, this gives you a free way to sort of get into that. And, maybe if you got the money later on down the line, you'll now be more inclined to buy these cards and start a Pokemon collection.
I'm not one of like a deck builder. Like even no matter what card game it is, like if I try to build a deck, it's always never great or whatever. I think it's because I try to do like too much things at one time. So I like the net deck a lot, or like you mentioned, the auto build function is really nice because it kind of sets a template for you, and then you kind of can just like pick and choose to kind of like customize it to your taste, which I like better. If we're talking about meta decks, you Mewtwo Gardevoir players, how dare you? And you Misty card players, how dare you? But that's still a funny card to use because it's still more or less luck based. So I prefer that and the Mewtwo Gardevoir deck, if anything.
You say that, but if you had read one of our superstitious fans that think I've cracked the code on how much you get heads on that first flip almost every time.
Because honestly, the thing about the meta decks is that we're still pretty early in the game. There's not really a whole lot of variety that will work. We won't really see anything potent until second or third drops of new cards. And I mean, even though like the Psychic deck might be the big meta right now, I actually beat it with a fighting deck, but it was a lot of luck and patience. So, and with that brings our episode to a close. Let us know what you think about Pokemon Pocket. Any decks that you've got kicking around, ideas, hopes, dreams of what the future of this particular game will bring? Let us know down below. And also be sure to share, like, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. Also helps out the channel. And as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.